Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to look at some concepts of volume profile and also coincide them with the concepts of footprint charts so that even for people who are new to volume profile, they can understand what is actually happening by looking at the order flow. Even for people who are new to order flow, what you'll get to see or learn maybe in this video is how you can simplify a lot of data that is being shown on or displayed on the chart. So for starters, what I have over here is the Nasdaq 100. These are the live markets. So on the left side you see the volume profile, which is quite common. I have done some videos on how to set up charts like this, and on the right side I have the footprint chart. This both are 5-minute time frame. Again, what we're going to look at is look at intraday trades and even scalps that we can take looking at what the current market conditions are. Okay, and getting deeper into what the footprint chart over here is. So on the left side, as you all know, I prefer the volume, and on the right side is the delta. So this is not bid and ask like a lot of generally the footprint charts are. So generally what you see on the left side are the market sell orders, and on the right side are the market buy orders. What I have here is the volume on the left side and the delta on the right side. I'll go into and we'll break down and look at the different chart types that we can maybe use when we are looking at both the volume profile and the footprint charts. So generally I prefer to have both of these on, because when I am looking at footprint charts, even you would have noticed when you look into charts, footprint charts, you get too engrossed into numbers and other concepts. With time you will not look at the numbers, you look at only the places where places which are of interest to you, or points of interest or points of confluence and so on. But nevertheless, what sometimes when we look into these charts, invariably we tend to miss out the big picture that is going on here. So although if you're scalping an intraday, even intraday trades, it sometimes you can get away with not looking at the bigger picture, but it always pays to look at both the charts. So without further ado, let's get into what the markets have been doing today. So these are the real trading hours, real RTH, that is. Okay, and what you see over here is the market. If you just go ahead now, these are the overnight, this is the overnight session. So it was almost balanced. How do I say that? Because of the volume that I see over here. And to start with, it started with here and ended up here. So this open was actually neutral at a place where the market closed, or somewhat closer to the POC of 15th May, that is yesterday. The market did take a shove of, to maybe take out the weak hands. If you look over here, this is the place it dropped down, stooped 2 times, and then it went right up. Okay, so again, a lot of traders would have been trapped here. So our aim is to not get trapped, and if possible take trades on the other side and look at these places whenever we are trading. Now you would have watched, I've done a lot of videos in which I see I keep on saying that places like these are real good trade opportunities. Okay, these low volume nodes, because generally more often than not you will get a good rejection of these zones. Okay, and now not always, again, we have to look at confluences. We will look at what we have to we look at the footprint along with this, so that we can get to know what we actually look at when we are taking these type of trades. Now you would have the first doubt is, at this low volume node you see something like this happen again. This is quite common. People do expect a rejection out of this zone, because this is where the market somewhat closed. But what happens, it flushes out and the close is right above. So we will look at some scenarios. Let's consider this one now. Where do you actually take a trade when the the price does come over here? So if you look at this place closely, again, this is a low volume node, this whole zone. So I am particularly looking to take a long at this point, because there are 2 things that have happened here. Firstly, if you look purely with the volume profile concepts, this is a zone where I can expect a sort of a rejection. The second is, if you look closely how the market has behaved, this is again pure price action. If you look at this place, I am expecting this place, this was a good swing high, and it took a bounce of this place and then went up. So the 2 places, if I'm looking to go long when the market does move down, are one which has already happened, and the next one is somewhere there here. Okay, so why these 2 places? One is the price action. If you see, this is a swing, good swing that has taken place. The other is, you look at the profile over here. Okay, there's a protrusion. So before the the price does get into this, it will more often than not do this before it gets into this bulky zone over here. Okay, now let's go further and look at what we've been seeing on the volume profile. So primarily the nodes that we've been seeing is these are the nodes that we've been seeing. So you have to divide your zones like this. Let me just clear this off and get a better shape of this. This is the zone and this is the zone. So for me, this is a multiple distribution that is taking place, and as of now what I've seen here is that there is a rejection in this zone, maybe this small zone. This is another, you can separate these two individually as well. This is another zone where I can expect a sort of rejection, and this is another zone. Now let's look at what happened here before we jump into what is happening right now. Okay, so when the market does come here, we as I said, sorry, this is 725. I am expecting a pull, or a sort of rejection. And where do I actually take a trade is here. When I see the first push, this is my zone. So this is the untouched VPOC, which I expect to get tested. It doesn't, and this is the bar, it closes like this. Then there is another one like this. Okay, so and the major thing that has been happening in both these bars is, look at this whole bar, look at the delta or the sellers that are trapped here. They're primarily in this zone. Okay, and this is the third time it happens in this bar. So anywhere in this bar is when I take a trade with a stop loss just below this, because if this breaks, I know it is going to touch the POC that is below, that is 720. Okay, and then you take a one, again according to your risk reward is your trade. The next level where you can potentially find a resistance is you have to even look at targets, and when you're looking at a footprint, you have the benefit of looking at places or areas or zones where you can face resistance. So the first area that I generally can see on the chart is this one. So this would have been my if I have to set a target, I would generally set it below this and then plan my trade according to the risk and reward. Okay, now look at what is happening. We'll just move on to what is happening, because it is an interesting phenomenon that is happening. So again, this is a low volume node where the market is trying to take resistance, and look at what is happening. Okay, look at this delta, look at the sellers that are happening, and if the market moves above this zone, let's draw it, this zone, okay, it is going to pop and break the high in all probability. So again, it's a similar scenario that we saw. This is the buying that stepped in over here. I'll just draw. So if you look at the delta chart and the volume, this is the buying that has stepped in and taken this market up over there. Okay, now we want to make sure that the buyers that have stepped in at this level, that is what is this level, 740ish. Okay, so the buyers that have stepped in at this level will hold the market for us to take a long. Okay, so you should always wait for a confirmation. Don't jump right in expecting that these buyers will hold. So as of now, they are holding, and what is happening is a lot of sellers, and the other thing that you keep looking at is the volume. Okay, we have about 2 minutes for the bar to close, and a lot of sellers are trying to take this push this market down from here below this point, like we just discussed. This is the area where the buyer stepped in, and there is a reason. So when you look at the charts, try to find why is the market holding here. When you're starting new, you should look at the reasons why what is happening. So there are some buyers over here which try to hold this and they have failed. Okay, so this is a first clue that this is not a place to go long as of now, and it is broken down. Now the other thing that a lot of guys do step in is, should I take a short? If you are aggressive, for example, if you're scalping, the short happens when the market breaks below this, and you see these multiple imbalances forming, and that is why I was saying you have to wait till this point. And as soon as it whilst we were talking, as soon as this broke, you see the speed with which it broke. So all these buyers are now trapped and they're giving way. So if you had to, let's say, take a short, you should be in a scenario like this where you're not expecting taking a short in a manner at the highs, or you're taking a continuation short rather. So this is called aggression. You're going with the aggression, that is the sellers that are in place, and you're trying to go with the aggression. So in that case, sometimes you have to be really quick. So this was the line that you drew, and when you see this break, you have to be quick, because you will have to take your profits also early. So let's say you were scalping. So when you see a break of 740, the first target that you should, or the hurdle that I keep saying again and again, is this point. Okay, so you see these three together, these I generally call them the continuous POCs, and they are a good I mean place where the market will tend to find support. Okay, or the market will rather, the better way to say it is, the market will try and hold, which it did over here. So when you're taking a short, let's say you took a short 740, the target is somewhere only 10.730. So obviously your stop loss cannot be more than 7 points, let's say 44 or 45, just above this POC, and that is how you trade it. Now at the moment, if you look at this particular what is going on, if you look at what is going on, there is actually no trade available here. You can't go long, you can't go short. So the only trade that was maybe available to us was a short right here. Now what we want is, if you look closely, what I'll do is I will just expand so that you can see the numbers also, and let's do this. Okay, so if you look, and one more thing, so for people who want who do not like volume, you can go ahead and do bid and ask. Okay, so what this will do is, this will give a profile, a delta profile on the, I mean the color will be in accordance with the delta, and you will get a bid and ask, and you will also see places where you have seen sell imbalances. So the sell imbalances, I don't know if you can see or not. So this is one over here. So the first place that I want the market to breach is 738, and if, for example, for a scalper who is looking at 10 or 8 or 10 points, this is the first point I wanted to breach so that I can target 744. Okay, and why is that? Because I see the one is the POC, and just above that is what I see is an imbalance over here, and the next one comes over here. So this is the target that I would have in mind if I'm looking for a scalp above this zone, that is 738. Okay, now if you look at it, if you look at the market closely, what it is trying to do is, the buyers have tried to step in and have failed. Okay, so this generally, when this something like this happens, what it will tend to do is it will again test the lows or the place where it took I mean a bounce off. So what it will generally do is it will go and test this area before it decides. So like from the time we are talking, it has already come down, so it will generally come into this zone, test this zone, and then go, because the buyers here have not been that successful. So what will happen is it will come down, shake out a few more weak hands if it is not planning to go down further, and then move up maybe. So you can see what is happening, it is going down, and you can break down your, I mean the footprint chart like this, and see like we just spoke, it's come down to that zone. So from here again, if you're an aggressive scalper, you can, after it breaches 731, whilst we were talking and discussing this, you can take, I mean 5-6 points over here, but again they're very very small. Again, it depends on people who your risk reward appetite. If you're looking at 5-6 points, again your stop loss can only be 4-5 points, or 1:1, let us 5 to 6 points. So like we just discussed, now is the time to go long, because it has done what it had to. It moved down, it tested the lows, it has trapped the buyers, and now it is going up. And whilst we're talking, we see a small sell imbalance, but this I don't think should be that important. But you can see what is happening whilst we were talking. So this is how you can trade. And if you look in the intraday time frame, this is a zone where you actually I mean you need a bit of a confirmation more, because it is taking multiple supports here. But if this breaches, what you can expect is a test of 710. Okay, so that is why you need some confirmation now. The first time it came here, that was a good trade. The second time it has come here is it is again and again testing this zone. If you can see, I'll just elongate it, and let me get the rectangle also out, that I like a lot. And this is the place, I'm sorry, we'll have to get it out from here. Okay, and this is the place which is now for me a support zone. Okay, or I mean a place where I can expect the buyers, and you can see what is happening, and it is touching. And the first target again becomes it has crossed this imbalance zone over here, and if it breaches, our first target becomes 743. And this is how you can find, I mean, interesting trades or scalps, whatever you're looking at, and analyze the markets, and further I mean, define your risk reward. So now when I come here, again, there is a school of thought that as soon as it comes here, I look for a short, because there was a lot of selling that had taken place here. This was a POC from where the selling comes in. I do not look at it like that. What I want to see is some sort of confirmation, that is the price also showing me along with the people trapped here. So what do I want to see when the market is approaching this place? What I want to see is something like this. Of course, a lot of buyers stepping in and failing to take the market up. Again, this is a zone where I can expect some sort of resistance to step in, because this was a POC of a bar where I saw the volume pick up, and primarily from where, if you look at it, the selling started. What we discussed is the selling started from somewhere here. So this is the zone where I saw some selling come in. So again, if I am expecting to take a short scalp, I would want this some sort of trapped buyers coming. And as of now, I do not see, even though there are a lot of buyers, don't get confused with a lot of buyers being before the price reacting to it as trapped. So I have seen no considerable pullback over here to make me, I mean, comfortable in taking a short, if you look at it. So all these buyers, and the other place now, suddenly when we're looking at the chart, this is this low volume node, and this buy imbalance becomes important if you're looking for smaller trades, because this is the place. Again, it's a low volume node and there is some sort of buying. The pullback has happened from this place. Now you have a reference. So if you have to go short, you go short after the market, I mean, this auction starts breaching 740, and your target again becomes somewhere close to 734 to 732 if you're looking at 8 to 10 points. So this is how you can use the footprint to your advantage when you're looking at the charts along with the volume profile. Now if you look at the volume profile over here, what we're seeing is a sort of a consolidation, because this is the first time actually we've seen this happening. Okay, this has not happened till now. So this is the first indication that we might see some sort of consolidation. Why is this important? Because now you can expect to get good rewards when you're fading trades. By fading trades, I mean if the market doesn't breach, let's say this point 755, what you can expect is if you take a short at this zone, you will get a pullback and you can take a short over there. Similarly, you can take a long at this zone. I will draw a rectangle for you guys so that you can understand. So the zone I'm talking about is this zone. Okay, this is the zone where I can expect the market to be going around for some time before it breaks to either direction. Again, if it breaks 720, what we can expect is a test of this zone that I spoke about, 710, and if we breach it, we are, of course, then the target becomes 690. That is the POC at the moment. This might shift if we stay here for some time, and so on. Okay, so let me delete this and come back to the footprint chart. So again, like we discussed, looking at this, so now look at this point, what we discussed. So as soon as it broke 143, that is 40, and if you would have entered aggressively, we did reach 34, 35 and 6-7 points. Again, it depends on the risk and reward. So why we just discussed this particular scenario and it has happened. So if you look at a bigger time frame, you can see the same thing even on a 15-minute, and if you want to go shorter, you can see it on a 5-minute, on a 1-minute chart as well, and so on. And you can place your trades accordingly. So again, looking at this, what I can expect is the market, or my first resistance was, as I spoke, this point, and if it market does break further, I can expect the market to halt or somewhat at this zone, that is 733 or 734. Okay, and this is how you can play the footprint chart along with the volume profile. So hopefully this video was of some help to you guys. Until next time, thank you. Bye bye.